What's going on, guys? So welcome to a one-on-one mini coaching series. So as you know, I am out injured. I've got to have surgery in about 2 weeks time, and during my recovery phase I'm allowed to coach, but I'm not allowed to play. So basically the one-on-one coaching series is going to be a substitute for the individual training session series that I've been performing for basically most of 2017. So the one-on-one coaching is a very similar concept to the training session series, where basically I'll be explaining each drill ranging from training volume to why it's important and how it can benefit you. Alrighty, so let's get started on the first analysis. So what I like to do at the start of each of my one-on-one sessions is I like to incorporate an activation phase. And it's just getting your body, muscles and joints familiar with some athletic movements that you're going to come across in the session. It's simply a progression from your typical dynamic warm-up that you perform before training or a game. So you notice we'll be doing a lot of footwork drills, and Matty's a really tall lad. If what he brings to the game in height and strength, generally tall lads can lack in footwork and dribbling. From what I've seen so far, he's got the foundations down for his footwork. You notice the very first clip I took of this activation drill, he stumbled over the ladder. I think the second one, he didn't move his arms properly. So there's a few little tweaks that we worked on. His footwork was much crisper. There's a lot more quality in his steps after each rep and set. So just doing a variety of ladder drills. You notice this one is working on hip activation and rotation with an unfamiliar movement. So you're crossing legs in behind. And when you're in a game, sometimes your legs can get tangled, especially if you're in a defending situation and the dribbler ends up tricking you one way and turns the inside out. And being able to perform an unfamiliar movement, sometimes you're going to have to cross that leg in behind to take off on that back foot. So you're effectively giving yourself a chance to catch that attacker. Anyway, for this variation of the drill, working on some acceleration, deceleration mechanics. So how quickly can a player go from 0 to 100 in a split second. I've also incorporated some injury prevention techniques here as well, so stabilizing of the ankle when you're balancing on that one foot. Now obviously there's more effective ways to work on acceleration and deceleration, such as sprinting over 10-15 meters, but like I said, this is a warm-up environment, so it's working on how quickly you can move those feet, and in contrast, how quickly can you stop them. Now Matty did alright with this variation. You notice when he's hopping, he's not pausing long enough on his hop. Just lastly, this is a great partner drill that you can do with a mate, or if you want to train by yourself, you can just grab a ladder or grab a few cones and find a wall you can use to pass the ball. So moving on to the second drill, and again the focus is on SAQ training or footwork. Basically I got him doing some static footwork and he's waiting to hear the colour. And obviously I've got a set of blue cones and a set of yellow cones. When I call the colour, he's got to react and sprint as quickly as he can, performing a zigzag motion through the cones. He's going to go around the pole and he's going to perform just a simple 1-touch, 2-touch combination. And after performing 3 passes, he's got to sprint about 10-15 meters back to the start. And as for training volume, you've got 5 sets in total. Now challenges fitness levels here as well, so after completing 1 set, I only allowed him about 20 seconds rest. And you notice in some of his passing sequences, he lost a little bit of concentration with his touch. So I really want to try and get that nice and crisp with him over the coming weeks. So we're going to move on to the first technical component of the session. So working on first touch, awareness, passing, and progression is ball mastery, and you'll notice that in the next minute or so. Now Matt is a striker as well, so there's a bit of a game realistic element to this. So that marker in the middle could be acting as a centre defensive midfielder or a centre back. And again, we're focusing on the 0 to 100 concept. So starting off standing still, is push off defender with speed. I feel like Matty needs to work on speed manipulation here. So again, next session I have, I'm really going to focus on that 0 to 100 concept. He really needs that quick change of pace to fool the defender. In terms of the realism in this drill, there are other effective methods that I am going to use with Matty. I kind of imagine you're playing in between the lines, or you're playing on the last defender, and as you push away, you're scanning to see if the defenders run with you, or if there's a defender behind you. And each of these cones are numbers. So basically I call out a colour, and whatever colour that is, and whatever numbers associated with that colour, he's got to call it out loud so I know he's scanned. It's really important for a striker, or any player really, to be always scanning the field. It can really enhance your speed of play, it can make a huge difference to your game. Now in this drill, if I call an even number, he's got to play that pass back to me. That means that there's a defender on his back. If it's an odd number, he's allowed to take a touch and play it into the goal, which could be a potential teammate running into space. Now notice a few of his touches and passes have gone astray. His hip rotation on his passes might need a little bit of work, but it's all caused by that first touch. That first touch is really important. You need to take it in a positive direction so he can play a positive pass. So now I moved on to a basic ball mastery progression. So he takes that touch across with his right foot, drags it back with the sole, opens up his hips. Now he's supposed to use the inside of his foot to push it out and pass it into that right goal. But instead, from habit, I think he's using the laces of his foot. I'm wanting him to get as comfortable using the inside of the foot as he is with his laces. And again, it's going to encourage hip rotation and hip movement Oh yes, this is a more advanced progression. So I'm just adding a third phase or a third movement. Basically doing the same things before, except he's going to drag it across the sole of his right foot and use his left foot to put it in a positive direction and play that pass into the left side goal. So now we're moving on to the last technical component of the session, and it's just a basic two-touch finish. So in my opinion, one of Matty's strengths is his finishing, but I really want to exaggerate the repetition here. I really want to take a close look at his approach to when he hits his shot. So what a lot of players don't realise is when they go up to hit their shot, their run up and footwork is all out of place. And a big cause of that is actually a poor first touch. Just like here, Matty's had a really poor first touch. He had to adjust himself, and unfortunately he's put himself off balance. Never underestimate your first touch, guys. Really important. But as I was saying earlier, generally players take big strides first, then they adjust using little steps, and by the time they hit the ball, they have a limited range of motion, which can cause a lack of power, lack of follow through of the swing. It's really important to make those little steps first and then open yourself up and extend your legs. And as for training volume, you're performing 8 shots and that equals 1 set, and you're doing 6 sets in total, 3 on the right foot and 3 with the left foot. And that was it for Matty's session, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one-on-one analysis and hopefully it provides some quality content for you guys, just like my 2017 individual training session series. Please give this video a thumbs up. Really appreciate the support, guys. And if you're new to this space, please hit that subscribe button for more quality individual training content. Alright, see you around, guys.